That could take forever, Sergeant. The murderer's probably on the other side of the county by now.
Wrong. I think the killer's in this room.
Oh, come off it, you confused sod.
I've examined this whole conference center, and there's no way an intruder could gain entry from the outside. So, it has to be someone on the inside. Someone Dr. King would regard as harmless.
Quick, the standard lamp's legging it. Oh, you, get back here!
Michael!
Quick, it's getting away. Oi, come here!
Try and cut it off!
Run, Michael!
Damn! Standard lamps know how to drive cars.
Right, you out of the car, you'll come with us. Come on! Get out of the car, don't mess me about!
Michael, no, no, no. Oh, Michael. Oh.
Come here.
Help.
Why would a standard lamp want to commit homicide? That's just stupid. Okay, break him up for firewood.
You know, our imagination is a fantastic thing. Because using your imagination, you can come up with any image you like in your head. You can imagine a great big fat cheese aerial, a pasta scarf, a spoon as head of Channel 4, a monk in the shape of an apple. You can imagine all the world's sausage dogs getting together to recreate a very, very low Great Wall of China. Or you can imagine the cast of Cats being shot at dawn. Just imagine.
It's because we can do all this and animals can't that makes us better than animals. That's why I come down to the zoo at least once a day to laugh at the animals.
Tosser.
And taunt them with things that show how inadequate they are compared to us.
Look at that. It's a pen that writes in 10 different colours. You can't even write. I mastered this when I was 3.
Just look at these birds, obviously struggling with some quite straightforward books by Germaine Greer, and clearly not knowing what to do with a clarinet.
You know, it's our imagination that distinguishes us from the animals because it allows us to come up with amazingly complex things like Dundee or Shirley Bassey. The most complex thing an animal can do is chomp or get run over. Isn't that right? That's why if you put Shirley Bassey in front of some of us and in front of some animals, we would applaud her and give her singing contracts, whereas animals would just use her as somewhere to piss.
Hello, television.
Right, we need to beef up the schedules. How did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire do last night?
17 million.
What about the making of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
21 million.
What about if we cancelled Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and put out an entire season of the making of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah?
Very good,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, hang on though. The making of all of it, or the making of the best bits.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No, I like that.
Well, what are the best bits? Well, it's that bit where Chris Tarrant snatches the cheque back and says, but we don't want to give you that, which is funny.
Yes!
That's funny. What if we cancel Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, put out an entire series
I know what you're going to... No. I know. Say it. Just say it, because I know what you're going to say.
The making of the bit where Chris Tarrant goes, but we don't want to give you that?
You are so good at television.
We're all good at television.
We are all good at television.
We're good at television.
We're so good at television. We're so good at television. You're so good. We are so good at television.
And now on BBC One, live urine sampling from Innsbruck.
I don't know, maybe we're letting our standards fall without us noticing. I say that because last month I made a gardening programme, which is fine. I mean, we all do that. But I can remember at the time thinking, no, let's try not to make this too dry. Let's broaden the appeal. Now I just think, what on earth was I doing?
Hi, I'm in the Channel 4 garden for some swearing on the lawn. It's a weekly item in which we're going to show you how to plant and grow floral arrangements in the shape of swear words. And to show us how to do that, we've got our profane gardener, Peter, here.
Hello.
And Peter, what's the first profanity you've got for us?
balls.
Balls, excellent. Let's have a look at those.
We put this on a stand.
All right, hanging.
White Nicotiana and
Yep.
some petunias.
I can remember at the time we all thought, yeah, that's all right.
What have we got here?
Shit on a glass.
Shit on a glass. So this is quite a big one.
Yes, I plant these last week of April.
What have you got here?
Piss flaps.
Piss flaps. And what have you done with it?
I've actually used the French marigold there.
Okay, and this in the first S of piss. What have you used there?
Oh, that's an interesting little plant. It's a campanula.
Yeah.
With the sepal and petal being both coloured.
That's all for this week. We'll leave you with this week's specially filmed Swearing in Cress. Hello, Hugh.
Hello.
Hiya. I was just worrying whether I'm becoming one of those dullards who cack on all the time about things being better in the old days. Have you got anything to add, being an old man?
No.
So, Hugh, how did you all amuse yourself in those days?
Well, we didn't have hundreds of television channels in those days. We just had to make our own entertainment from the basic Sky package. No one ever watched Sky News, because those were the days when we still had rumbelows.
Was there much entertainment?
Well, the music was different then. Mike Oldfield had just brought out Tubular Bells 4. He said he did it to get away from the whole Tubular Bells 3 thing that had been hanging over him like an albatross.
Last night I went to the opera, mainly to reassure myself that we can still come up with something more sophisticated than Mike Oldfield or a tit of cress. I was at the Royal Opera's new production of Ibiza Uncovered.
I'm going to shag the rep. I'm going to have him on the beach by Thursday.
I think there are more Australians here this year. God, I haven't slept for 3 days, but I don't care.
The club's now charging £30 admission.
Do they still have the sex show at Manumission?
No, but Paul Oakenfold's on the decks.
Oakie's on the decks. Okie, 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 Okie.
As the baritones lit their farts, I wondered what was wrong with our imagination. Had we reached the stage where we accepted almost anything as art?
And now, while the bride and groom sign the register, there'll be a short demonstration of skateboarding skills.
Oh, that is lovely. Look at that.
That is really good.
Oh, yeah, go on. Oh, nearly. Oh, that's very nice, very nice. There you go, mate.
Oh, lovely.
Quality.
And so, as we can see, it actually does look like a naked man bending over doing the washing up.
By now, I was scared. So to convince myself I could do better, I spent the night writing 2 poems, which I tried out at a local arts centre. As she grimly walked away, "I'm leaving you," she said, and I had nothing new to say, like the second album by Portishead. Girlfriend in a coma with a face like Hannah Mandlikova whenever she served to stay in the match, oh yeah. The poems were shit. One for Simon Shammer's talk on the Incredible Hulk's underpants, please.
£5, please.
At the Arts Centre, I can see everything from an exhibition of squid laid out in the shape of Jerry Halliwell to a puppet show about the Moroccan post office. Here I can celebrate the fact that everything is art. This chair is art, since it's an example of design. Design is stuff with curves in, like this designer stretcher. Well, it's interesting, though, isn't it, that anyone who calls themselves an artist is allowed to be very precious. You know, it's not as if we let butchers storm out of their shops because the lighting isn't right, so they can go off whoring with other butchers and then come back at 2 in the morning, drunk but inspired, and start to chop brilliantly.
Pentagon, Incident Control.
This is Derek Atterley, the British playwright.
Commander, I have a British playwright on the line.
Put him on speaker. This is U.S. Military Command. What do you want?
I've written a play. It says some pretty intense things.
Intense?
It's going to really shake people up when they see it. Question everything.
What do you mean by everything?
Everything. From the top to the bottom. Everything.
I see.
I'm going to put it on upstairs at the Hen and Chickens pub, Islington, North London.
Got it.
Unless you give me $3 million.
Hold on.
He's bluffing. He's got to be.
Yeah, but he said it was going to question everything.
Look, you can't give in to these people. Once you start that...
We can't take the risk. All right. We're going to fly into the Hen and Chickens. You'll get your money. What time does the play start?
7:30.
That's a little tight for us. Can you make it later?
No. We're sharing a space with a production of School for Scandal. Starts at 11, so we have to be out by 9. It's quite a tight turnaround, so we can't go up any later.
All right. We'll be there.
Bring the lights up a bit quicker. Because it's just done in that moment. I want you snap straight up, because when Mary says,
So, this is the Hen and Chickens.
yeah, it's a good space.
Have you cancelled tonight's show?
No. Contractual reasons, they could sue me. We've sold a lot of tickets. But don't worry, I've changed the script. It'll be cool.
What's your play about?
It's about a family coming to terms with their butler's autism.
And this autism, that's some kind of metaphor?
I don't know.
Will it be a metaphor tonight?
No.
Glad to hear it.
Alec, your butler's autistic.
What's that to do with you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Listen to you. You're like a small talking mirror or a speaking magnet.
This play is really terrible.
I know.
I mean, really bad.
Yeah. I think we're safe.
What are you going to do with all that milk? I'm making some butter to see if it will melt in your mouth.
And later, I'll be showing you how to plant jizz flakes.
I've reached a dead end. I mean, I've been searching for happiness and love and the perfect man, and it's just hit me. I'm not going to find it. I'm never going to find someone who understands me, who understands what's going on in my head.
Which is why you feel suicidal.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to leave a note. That's decided.
I see.
I want to leave something that's going to make them sit up and listen, Something that's more than just...
So much noise.
Yeah, noise.
Too much noise in this world, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Well, shall I show you what we've got?
Yeah.
Come on. This is the engine room. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I hope you don't mind, but I've taken the draft of your suicide note and fed it into the system so I can show you what we can do with it.
Lovely.
Right, this is Steve. This is Louisa.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Steve, nice to meet you.
I've passed your note round the office and
right.
I've got everyone to chip in. Let me just show you what the team's come up with so far. Right. So, just to start, this part about mother and no excuses, I thought we could justify this to the right. Like that.
Oh.
And you see, that sort of emphasises how marginalised you've come to feel, I think.
Oh, right, that's good.
OK, so, along the way, I lost myself. There it goes.
Whoa.
OK, this part about the cheapest burial with no friends from school, I thought what we could do is adjust the kerning on that.
What's kerning?
It's the space between the letters, so here we go.
Oh, it's quite
Nice and
tight,
tight,
isn't it?
yeah.
Knotting up inside your head to sort of confuse the
That's
tension.
bang on. That's really good. It does feel like that.
And this part about Steve not being worth that amount of pain. Whoa!
Oh, you will hate that so much. That's brilliant. I love it.
Excellent. Just leaves the final bit. This part, we thought, if you wanted to email it to your friends and
which I could
family,
do, yeah.
we thought we could introduce animation.
Oh my God, I so love it. You are going to blow them away with that.
OK, well, we'll press on with this, and we should have that ready for you next week, if you're planning to do it then.
Well, actually, wasn't planning to do it quite so soon, really.
No, but best to have some sort of idea about the time, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's your funeral, but I personally would stay away from Christmas and Valentine's Day. You'll just get drowned out.
Right, good idea. I'll wait till after that, then.
But if you do get suddenly anxious, here's my card. It's got my direct line on there, and we can just speed things up for you.
Oh, thank you. That's really kind,
No problem
Steve.
at all.
Thanks, Louisa.
Thank you.
And don't forget to tell all your mates.
Oh, I will tell everybody.
OK, I shall see you in the new year.
You will do.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Back at the zoo, I was finding it more difficult to taunt the animals with things that made them look inadequate. In the past, I'd start with stained glass and just take it from there. But once I'd reached the Charleston, I began to run out of anything quite good. This was because the only stuff I can actually buy now is balls and clubs from the hundreds of massive golf sales that are opening up around me. The golf sales have really taken off around here, which is tremendous if you're a golf enthusiast, but it does mean that for about a 25-mile radius there is actually nowhere to buy food. This deputy headmaster hasn't eaten for 8 days. Within an hour, he will be dead. Meanwhile, the board of management at Hewlett-Packard are forced to scavenge paperweights for water.
So, looking at the declining our number of management consultancy contracts, I've done a projection. This shows that as a management consultancy company, we'll be out of business in about 10 days' time.
So it really doesn't give us that much time to turn our management consultancy around.
I can't believe in 3 years we've gone from being the biggest management consultancy in the country to being the smallest management consultancy in the country.
Come on, let's do what we're good at as management consultants. Let's look through the problem. What do other companies do when their backs are to the wall?
They bring in management consultants.
Let's do it.
Who do we get?
Let's get the management consultancy that replaced us as the biggest management consultancy in the country.
Norbrand's.
The Norbrand's management consultancy rule is simple. Give it to your clients straight.
OK, what's our problem?
You're spending too much on management consultants, you scuzzer.
How much are we paying you as management consultants?
£300,000.
We can't afford that.
Get rid of some management consultants then, freaky cheeks.
Who's going to do the work of the management consultants we lay off?
Elephants.
Elephants?
Yes, Captain Spaz from the land of Spaz. 3 great big Indian elephants. People don't realise what elephants can be trained to do.
Over here, the 3 great big Indian elephants can be used to do menial tasks, such as delivering internal mail and moving photocopies around.
Yes, and 3 great big Indian elephants require only 70 kilos of leaves and vegetables a day and £40 a day for their riders.
You'll save so much on 100 people's salaries and canteen facilities. By this time next year, you'll have money pouring out of your ears and arse.
It's a bit radical.
You wanted our advice, twat breath. Are you going to take it, or are you going to spend the rest of your days alone laughing at your balls in the bath?
See, we're well on the way to becoming the largest management consultancy in Europe once we've begun work on the complete rewiring of British Airways. You see...
Should we order in some coffee?
Yes. Can you move the model, please? Can we have coffee and biscuits for 8 management consultants? Hi, Ralwal. Coffee jao. Jaldi, jaldi. Right. A lot of people have noticed how good we are as management consultants, so we expect quite an increase in profits. £50,000 to be spent on reinforcing the floors and £750 to widen the lift shafts. Pete?
Yeah, the lift shaft. I had a word with the boys. They've got it down to £600.
Yeah, ignore him. Everyone happy with that?
Yeah, can I just check on teas and coffees?
Tea, please.
Coffee with creamer.
OK, 2 coffees and a tea.
Ignore the elephant. What?
I've got some memos for you that I want you to have a look at.
Well, you'll get it in a minute. The elephant's only got 1 trunk.
No, eating the plant.
He's eating the plant. Oh, look, for God's sake! You're the most pathetic bunch of knees I've ever come across.
He's crushing British Airways.
I've had enough.
She's very big.
Have you got any cream? Ignore the elephant. It's just an elephant. It looks like you've never seen a bloody elephant before in a boardroom.
Ours is a sophisticated society, always on the move. The people who make things have closed their shops and gone to seek their fortune in call centres.
Hello, call centre.
Where children can ring for advice on how to play.
I've put my robot in a small tree, and what should I do now, please?
How about the robot headquarters have sent out a helicopter, and then you can make the helicopter go woo?
OK, bye.
Though there's no shops, we're making more films than ever before. And such is Hollywood's demand for new story ideas, it's now quite common to see kids in the street earning quick money by ringing Hollywood up and selling the movie rights to incidents in their lives.
Hello, MGM Stories.
Hello, MGM?
Yeah.
A strange guy just walked past.
Yeah, $10.
I was in my house and I found a hockey stick in my cupboard.
Hockey stick, huh? $4.
Oh, is that all?
OK, somebody pissed in our lift today.
Sorry, we've had 5 people ring up with that already today.
Shit! Was that my mum? Did you buy it from my mum?
I heard some scuttling in my loft the other day.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And anyway, I called the man round from the pest control.
Yes.
And he said, "I'm sorry to tell you this," he said, "but I'm afraid you've got wombles."
Right.
Wombles, yeah. I said, "Well, how can you tell I got wombles?" And he said, "Well, have you noticed that your house is a little bit tidier, a bit more neater than usual?"
Right.
You know, and he was right. You know, he laid down some traps, some poison, and in the middle of the night I heard this kind of crunching sound, and I went downstairs and I found Madame Chalet in a trap, juddering, and it's a terrible sight really. I felt a little bit sorry for her, to to be perfectly honest with you. And he managed to trace the Wombles to their source.
Yes.
Which was actually behind the wall. Yeah? And there in the cavity between the two walls was Bernard Cribbins doing all the voices. So we killed him. You know, because otherwise he breeds and you end up with 64 Bernard Cribbinses. You know, it's nothing personal against Bernard Cribbins, but his place is out there in the wild, you know, not in my house using up all the crockery. Oh, no. The bloody power's gone.
Was the power cut?
No, all the power's used up because they turned all the power stations into art galleries.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it depends. I mean, on the plus side, you know, people get to see art, which is good for the soul and all that, isn't it? On the minus side, you can't see the paintings because there's no electricity.
By 10 o'clock this morning, there was no electricity or food left in Britain, so I went to a golf sale. I thought I could buy 2 putters to rub together to make fire. What I didn't think was that the golf sale would be run by badgers. Up and down the country, badgers have been gathering stuff lost on golf courses and learning how to sell it off. We took our eye off evolving, and the animals decided to catch us up. And it dawned on me that all the time I've been taunting them at the zoo, tossers, they've been listening and actually finding it quite useful.
Hello, you're through to call centre action, ma'am.
I don't go out now. I've eaten all my CDs. Yesterday I ate all of Lenny Kravitz. I've eaten my books, apart from one, which is the novelisation of Ghostbusters. I'm going to hold on to that one. I'm sorry if everything I've said and done this week appears to you to be a pack of lies. All I can say is, what's wrong with lying? As kids, we're force-fed lies about Father Christmas and elves. And I was told lies about how if I went to my local parish priest's house, I could see his magic train. And then when we get older, we go sleepwalking into dementia and think a wall is our sister. So all I've been trying to do is try and make that middle bit of our lives that little bit more consistent with either end. That's all.
Hey, look at the line, look at the line. It's jumping all over the pigs and the pigs are screaming and now they've taken off all their trousers. They're a bit rude, aren't they? Hey, look at the witch in the line. The witch is jumping on the line and the line's rocketing everywhere. Let's go over to the big frog. Guess what we're going to have for tea? What? Wolf burgers. Don't tell anyone about this.
Right.
Do you promise?
Yeah.
Now go back. I'll get the lamb to eat you. I'll sweep the leaves, then you can give them to the lion.
Wazza! Wazza! Why aren't you joining in?
You're not still doing that, are you?
Wazza! I first came here in '92. What about you?
I came in 94.
92.
94.
This place peaked around 1997, 98. 1997, 98. 97, 98. 97, 98. 78, 78, 98.
Woohoo! I can run faster than you when wearing flip-flops.
Take your top off and show everyone your tits. Tits, 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 tits.